Hey guys, Bren here. What I'm discussing today is how you can charge a higher price for your product or service while maintaining or improving your client's experience with your business. Don't worry, it's not as hard as you think. But with that said, let's jump over to my computer and we'll get right into today's video. So here we are back on my computer, and what are we talking about today? Just to reiterate some of the real key points is what influence does price have on your customers and your business? How do you sell your products or service at a higher price and get that client to enjoy the experience even more? Why expensive wine is mostly BS, and how you can use wine tactics within your business to do what wine companies do really well, and that's essentially sell glorified water, if you're a wine lover, but glorified water at ridiculous prices. Also, I'm going to go through 7 ways to increase your perceived value of your products and services without offering anything more or all too much different. So a really cool video today, and let's just jump straight in. Firstly, the easiest way to increase price and also increase the number of clients that you have or the number of sales that you're making is to like and subscribe to this video. I release tons of content just like this that's actionable, how-to based content. So why not, like and subscribe to this video? With that said, what does price have on your business? If you can charge a higher price but offer the same thing, obviously your margins go up. So it's really, really important to be able to do this and do this well. Price can also pre-qualify some people, so you're working with better prospects, or it allows you just to focus on the clients that you want to work on, and because they're paying a higher ticket price, it allows you to spend the time potentially needed in order to get them really substantial results, which justifies both the price from the client's perspective to you, but also allows you to get that time for money measurement and calculation that you want. Generally speaking, people know the fundamental impact that price has on their business. So let's just jump straight in. So first up, I get tons of clients that want to discount prices, want to lower the price. They think that everyone is making their decision on price, and it is rarely the case. So where I come from the standpoint of there is more than enough elements and marketing tactics and strategies that you can use to in order to increase your price, but also increase the perceived experience, so your customers have a better time, but also increase the price. So therefore, you're making more margin, and you're pretty much doing the exact same amount of work. Most people in business are ecstatic with that kind of situation. But then you get these people like these comedians here in Australia called Hamish and Andy. They got Ed Sheeran, put him in like a peep show, really like a shady looking place, and said he will sing to you for 30 seconds one-on-one for $2. Now I'm going to show you how this is broken down. It goes for about a minute 40, minute 50, and it's just a great representation that price is not the sole factor in which people make a decision.
Ed Sheeran offered his fans a once-in-a-lifetime chance for him to perform live for only $2. But many people didn't take him up on his offer because it was billed as a peep show.
How are you feeling?
I don't really know what's going on, to be honest.
The prank was set up by the Australian radio hosts Hamish and Andy. They placed the Grammy-nominated singer in a booth and behind a red curtain, while Hamish tried to lure in customers to watch the Ed Sheeran peep show.
You want to peep at Ed Sheeran for $2? Insurance? Do you want to peep at Ed Sheeran? Your loss. Got Ed Sheeran in here. Beautiful ginger-haired man, sitting on a stool. What do you reckon? $2. Got Ed Sheeran just sitting on a stool in there. You want him? $2. $2 for a peep.
After over 2 hours, one couple decided to check it out. They couldn't believe their eyes when the singer was revealed and started playing his hit song, Thinking Out Loud.
Darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love.
Your time is finished. Thank you very much for peeping.
All right, guys.
Only a handful of people opted to check out the $2 30-second show, but all fans who went in agreed it was totally worth it.
People fall in love in mysterious ways. Loving can hurt. Take me into your loving arms.
That's sweet.
Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. I'm thinking out loud. Maybe we...
Peep complete.
Wicked.
There you go, mate.
That's the best $2 I've ever spent.
Be sure to watch Inside Edition.
Now, of course, this is a joke, but it illustrates the point that price is not the sole influence on people making decisions. Now, to go to an Ed Sheeran concert, I looked it up. It's about $166, and he's not singing one-to-one. So it's a steal. There's no, like, you can't get a better Ed Sheeran offer, or let alone probably celebrity singing offer that would sing to you one-to-one for $2 in the entire world or in history. Yet they cannot sell this all that well. It takes 2 hours for the first couple to go through, etc. And it's because of the perception as opposed to just the price. So this is what this video is about, is how to increase the perception so you can raise the price of your products but still sell the same amount or sell more. So not only is the Ed Sheeran point a very good illustrator of around price and how people behave around price, but Taco Bell has offered free tacos in the past. I think that's relating to a sporting event of some sort. But people lined up for over 2 hours in order to get a free taco. In what sense is that rational? Most people, even in most Western countries, will earn a better hourly rate than that. So you're better off just going to another place or another Taco Bell that would sell the same product, but you're not waiting and wasting the 2 hours waiting in line. It just goes to show that people are not rational when it comes to price. So what I want to do now is talk about some ways that you can increase the perceived price of your product or service, and they're really easy to implement. Anyone can do this. So the first one is a guarantee. Now this is a guarantee from a company called BBBK. I think it's like a burger. It's like Bigger Burger Pest Control or something like that, and they have a fantastic guarantee. Now, you don't owe 1 penny until all pests on your premises have been eradicated. If you are ever dissatisfied with BBK service, you will receive a refund for the full amount of up to 12 months of the company's services, plus fees for another exterminator of your choice for the next year. Now, this is like really ballsy. Incredible, and it gets like even better. I haven't included everything in the guarantee here, but some other points is like if a guest spots another pest on the premises, the company will pay for the guest's meal or room, send a letter of an apology, pay for future meal or stay at if your facility is closed due to the presence of roaches, etc. They'll pay any fines as well as all lost profits, plus an additional $5,000. One of the most ballsy guarantees I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen double your money back guarantees, etc. This goes a step further. It has a reason why. It's specific. And what are the implications that it's had for this business? This business does $33 million per year. And not only that, is everyone on this video, including myself, was thinking, but what have they paid out? So this is like an incredible guarantee. How much money have they lost? Well, it's a weird way to look at it. The guarantee has probably earned them more money than anything else probably could have that they could have done. So you got to look at it from that perspective. But the financial number is in 1 year where they earned the $33 million, they spent $120,000 on fulfilling this guarantee. That's 0.36% of the $33 million. So it's nothing. Not only is that implication, so they're doing fantastically well, but they charge up to 10 times more than their competitors, and they have a disproportionate amount of the market share. So things with guarantees, reason why, they have to be unconditional. Every condition that you add lowers the impact of the guarantee. So some things like some airlines have, I think it's Lufthansa, the airline, if you don't make your connecting flight, we refund your money. But it doesn't include weather and some other condition. I think it's like of those conditions that I can't forgive me for not remembering the other one opposed to weather, but that makes up 95% of why people don't make their connecting flights. So what's the point? This is a fantastic guarantee, and I cannot stress enough that what a powerful guarantee can do for your business or particular service. So proof and credibility, I've spoke about this in tons of videos in the past, but the two biggest reasons why people don't buy a product is they can't afford it, not much you can do about that, or they don't believe you can do what you say you can do. Now, there's tons of ways to get in and around proof and credibility, so like testimonials, reviews, case studies. Remember, this all has to do with like story. If you can create an impactful story around your case studies, your guarantees, your testimonials, etc. So the BBBK guarantee isn't so much a story, but it's so specific that if you're in the residential hospitality kind of industry, it speaks to you. They've all had horror stories with pest control, roaches, rodents, etc. So it's fantastic. The guarantees are fantastic. And story, if you can use story, another kind of way to look at story is, I think it's the 100 top TED Talks. During the presenter's communication, 65% or more is spent on telling a story. So it just goes to show just how impactful stories are in terms of persuasion and your ability to persuade your audience or your ideal prospects to work with you as opposed to a competitor. Another one is your unique mechanism, if I can pronounce it properly, or unique value proposition. I refer to it as a mechanism. It just fits me more in the mind of how I need to think about it for clients and produce something. But it's how and why you deliver a superior result over your competitors, or it also can motivate your prospects to not do nothing at all, which is important. The next one, reason why. Offering a reason why people should do things is it will get you better compliance, but also with marketing, it gives justification. So people who have flash sales and things like that, there's no reason. But if you're offering a sale and it's a moving sale because you're moving to a new premises, there's a justification. There's a reason why you're offering the sale. And not only is it logical, but in terms of why you're doing it, you're not trying to act in a snake oil salesman way, but it's also benefiting the customer. Another one that clients of mine always bring up is influencers. Be very careful with them, in my opinion. Very rarely does the influencer know how to influence their actual audience. So they don't know how to craft a story. They don't know how to resonate with their audience in conjunction with your product. So often they'll supply an image of just them holding XYZ product and they think that they've done their job. It never works. I've had clients spend well and truly over $200,000 on influencers. Just the one client. I've had tons of others, and I can tell you that it didn't even produce 10% of the return. It's horrendous. You need to work alongside the influencer to articulate a very credible story that resonates with their audience. It's a very tricky endeavor, but they do have some fantastic leverage to be had for your business, and it is a marketing asset that can be used for the long term. But again, you have to create that asset in the right way. Demonstration is another fantastic way to have a story along with proof. Elijah Otis, I've mentioned this in my YouTube channels before, the inventor of the elevator. He cut the cables of his elevator to show that it was completely safe, because back in the day, it was just a metal box that was going to fall and it was a death trap. But he stood in the elevator himself, cut the cables, and there's many redundancies in place to lock that elevator into place if the cables are ever cut. So demonstration, it's fantastic. I'm going to get onto some stories and some stuff in just a moment about how you can articulate just strange products in a really crafty way. But yeah, demonstration is fantastic. Before and after, really obvious. Media exposure and trust sales, obvious. And the bare minimum, this is like the bare minimum, is qualifications, association memberships, and awards. Most awards are bought, or there's some kind of political nature in them. I'm cynic in that kind of sense, but qualifications, that's the bare minimum enabled to do a job. If you're going to get an operation done on an orthopedic surgeon, the bare minimum for that person to be competent is actually they're an orthopedic surgeon. So that's the bare minimum. All the orthopods are orthopedic surgeons. So that's a bare minimum. There's tons more of proof and credibility elements, but these are some of the easier ones that you can plug straight into your business. So you need to make sure that the prospect knows your value and the value that you offer. If the prospect doesn't know the value, then they don't give you any value. It sounds obvious, but so many people and companies and businesses that I work with, they don't really tell the person what they do, how they do it, and why they're better than their competitors. But they know. But if it's not transferred to the prospect, how does the prospect know? So the prospect comes to the website, jumps off, because they don't know the value that this company offers, nor do they know how good they are. So referring back to proof. So the story of WD-40. Now, WD-40 is a strange product, like particularly awkward to create a point of difference about. But what does WD-40 actually stand for? WD stands for water displacement, and 40 is a loose random number, but actually stands for the 40th formula that was used, and that is the end product of WD-40. So not only that, they have extreme secrecy about the formula. So the formula has been looked at twice since it was first developed by its founder. It's locked in a vault, and it was transferred, I think, back about a decade ago from a vault. It was it was a bit dramatized, but the CEO had a handcuff safe with the formula in there. It was under armor guard, etc. And it was this big ordeal about transferring the formula to a different secure location. Not only that, the formula is actually manufactured in 3 different locations, and then those 3 different locations sends to the manufacturer, and they manufacture the product. So there's extreme secrecy around WD-40, and it just goes around the story. That whole story paints a picture of just how good that product is. Now, logically, it doesn't make a great deal of sense, but you remember people are not logical in their decision making around purchasing a product. Hence, we saw that with Ed Sheeran. Watch him for 30 seconds for $2. It's a no-brainer, but people don't do it. So the more you tell, the more you sell, and use stories. That whole story just now about WD-40 is loosely interesting around a incredibly boring product. Another one, and I've touched upon this at some levels already, is like be exclusive. Reduce the frequency. Give a reason why the frequency is low. So if you don't offer a reason why, you come across as a snake oil salesman again. So reason why is really powerful, and it goes in conjunction with many of the things that I'm about to speak about, but also have spoken about prior in this video. Increase the price, just an obvious one. There's plenty of studies where people have increased the price. There's a famous story, I think it's in the book Influenced by Robert Cialdini, of a jeweler who buys a moderately expensive range of jewelry, can't sell it, keeps on discounting the price, it won't sell. The owner of the jewelry store wanders away to go on vacation and leaves a note that's a little bit confusing to the employees, and they triple the price, I think, or quadruple the price, or double the price. When the owner comes back, it's all sold out. Now, the note actually was intended to discount it further, but because the price was increased, the value of the jewelry was perceived as higher, so therefore it must be worth the price, because why else would someone put such a high price on awful jewelry? Jewelry is its own interesting industry, but so is wine. For instance, wine experts can't tell the difference between cheap wine and expensive wine. So why would anyone pay for expensive wine? Now, when people are told that they've tasted expensive wine, they do perceive it as better than the same wine if they are told that it is very cheap wine. Now, this has been confirmed in fMRI studies and scans of the brain while people are tasting wine. So the actual perception and visual and overall experience of a product has just as much impact, and at some level, sometimes more, than the actual product itself. So it's really important to get that kind of thing right. Another thing about wine and packaging in general is that wine from a heavier bottle tastes better than wine from a lighter bottle. Makes no sense. It's a glass bottle typically. So, and also, like when parents are buying toys, if it's a very similar toy, parents will always buy not always, but statistically, they will buy the toy with larger packaging because it must be better, takes up more space, etc. So some other ways to be exclusive, just to transition not so smoothly there, is your unique value proposition or unique mechanism. Again, why are you superior? Why should I work with you? Again, that is making you exclusive. I want this result because only you can get it. Deadlines, got to have reason why with that. Limited spots left. So if you're a consultant of some form, only take on 2 new clients per month. I was watching a story about these Japanese knife makers. They only make a handful of knives per month. It takes, I think it was like 5 years or 10 years to know how to hammer the metal properly, and then like 20 years to learn how to polish the metal for the knife. Again, it's a whole story around this knife, and it was fantastic. But they only make a limited amount because of the work that goes in and the knowledge it takes to actually make the knife. Hence limited number, hence large price. And as I've reiterated many times, remember reason why. So there you have it. Ways to improve the perception of your products and services so you can have higher margins and also sell more while giving your customer a fantastic experience. If you want help with that, feel free to reach out to me for a free marketing audit. It's completely free, completely exclusive to you. What I can do is set up a quick conversation with you. I go through your Google ads, your Facebook ads. I record a video very similar to this that is 100% private and only for your eyes. And I give you all the feedback that you need in order to improve your marketing campaigns and improve the revenue and scalability of your business. And if you want to take advantage of that, jump down into the YouTube description below and click the free audit link, or you can jump over to my website, brenhamel.com, also in the description below, and you can fill in the form there. But again, a great way to improve the revenue and the overall marketing of your business is to like and subscribe to this video. And I recommend that you do that. Tons of people always reaching out to me saying that the videos are helpful, and I love that feedback. It spurs me on to make more videos just like this. With that said, if you have a topic for a future video, drop it in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.